Good afternoon, all. Today I will tell you about the beautiful country of South Korea. Unfortunately, I have not had the opportunity to travel, but I can mention some of the news that must call my attention from its people and culture. This country may have gone unnoticed by tourists as they prefer to go to China or Japan, which has changed over the years and has become one of the most visited countries in the world. As a first point, the word Korea means lands and high mountains and crystalline rivers. The Korean flag has a beautiful meaning. On the white background representing peace, a circle is stamped, which refers to yin and yang. Yin is the blue one, is equivalent to a cold and dark, while yang, it's red, is a symbol of heat and light. Around the yin and yang, there are four elements: water, air, earth, and fire. With more than 25 million inhabitants, Seoul is the third largest metropolitan area in the world. Enjoy its futurist architecture, its impressive shopping malls, and the infinitive evidence that you are in an innovative, modern, and above all intelligent city. However, Seoul also has a lot of history, and although it is a very large city, it has an orderly structure and easy to orient. In addition, Koreans have a reputation for respecting the rules, which makes traffic, for example, more manageable. In South Korea is a small but extremely rich and diverse country, where traditions, modernity, urban landscapes, and natural beauty coexist. If you keep wondering what makes it such a unique destination. In South Korea, we will be a year older, and for them, babies, where they are born, are already 1 year old. So when they ask you, "How old are you?" you will have to add a year to your real age. In South Korea, the physical aspect is everything, and several studies show that more than 25% of the population admit to having gone through the operating room. Aesthetic tastes are different from Westerners because they modify above all their facial features and mean also succumb to the pressure of resorting to the scapegoat to resemble the male beauty standards imposed by K-pop stars and Korean dramas. One of the best-selling products in the country are beauty masks, and they are not only popular among women, but also for men. They wear makeup every day. Koreans are a society obsessed with appearance. For Koreans, the blood type is very important. They believe that each type corresponds to a specific personality, and they believe that they can predict the affinity of couples. It's very interesting. Also, it's known that the relationship between South Korea and its north neighbors is not good. Technically, they are still in war. But did you know what you can walk on North Korean soil? Actually, what you are going to step on is in the Korean demilitarized zone. They are the separate the two Koreas. That is amazing. With regard to the cuisine of South Korea, is fundamental in the culture of the country, and there are no words to express how delicious it is. Besides the famous kimchi, the Korean gastronomy is very varied, although usually the spicy flavors predominate, whether it's homemade or street food. Whether you are in Seoul or Busan, food is always tied to well being, so they always ask questions about what you have eaten when someone has a health problem. About the 90% of the algae used as food in many global cuisines are grown in South Korea. Koreans are quite superstitious. You never read someone's name in red because it's the color of death. And they don't like the number 4 either. Yes, they are very superstitious. The most popular religion in South Korea is Christianity. Catholics are Protestant with 27% of the population. 50% declare themselves Buddhist. As in Japan, on February 14, Valentine's Day, the girl gives chocolates to their partner. In return, receive nothing. But on March 14, the boys take care of giving a gift to their girlfriend. They say it must be at least 3 times the value of the one of the received. In 1945, the country had a literacy rate of about 22%. Today, 100% of Koreans can read and write. Hangul is a language used in the two Koreans. It was created by the king Sehun in 1443, of which today you can see a statue in Seoul. The Hangul has 40 letters, 90 consonants, and 21 vowels. Military service is compulsory for all Korean men between the age of 18 and 28 and lasts for 2 years. It is something that embitters the existence of many young people, although they have to adapt their lives to this period. This is one of the reasons why South Korea is the country with the sixth highest suicide rate in the world. This includes suicides among the older population. Many of grow lives below the poverty line and prefer to take their own lives rather than be burdened on their families. Not everything is metropolis. Skyscrapers and neons in South Korea, about 60% of the country, is forest. And good news also for lovers of the sea. There are more than 2,400 kilometers of coastline. Taekwondo is a very popular martial art that was born about 2,000 years ago, right here in Korea. Koreans drink a lot, beer and especially soju, a very cheap rice liquor. A half-liter bottle costs €1. Jim bands are public baths where Koreans will relax. They are like a spa where you can also sleep in common areas, eat, etc. However, if you can take or relaxing bath, you must first remove all shame because you have to go naked. Outside Seoul, it's almost impossible to find people who speak even a little English. In the capital, although it is simpler, it is not normal. Therefore, it is best to bring a map or guide with the name of each place written in Latin or Korean characters. Just teach it and they will do anything to help you. Korean names are composed of a one syllable surname which always precedes a two syllables first name. There are about 300 surnames throughout the country. The most common are Kim, with 30% of Koreans have this name. Then we have Lee with the 70% and Park with the 6%. In South Korea, no tips are left. This is done in Japanese premises. When you are going to pay, for example, in a restaurant, when you take the food, they leave the note on the table. When you finish, you take in and come to pay, which is usually near to exit. Finally, I hope to have surprised with this information. I find it fascinating and interesting, but personally, I will never go to live in Korea since I consider it too competitive and with too high stress rates. But I hope I can visit him someday.